Hi everyone, this is Nallely here with our last vlog post for the summer, and it's more of a reflection of what we've gone over this summer with our 4 books, well, for the seniors at least. And so the first 2 questions are, what did you learn from the summer readings and about yourself from the books, and how have you applied what you've learned to your life? And the last question is, which books would you recommend to others? So I think I can tie the first 2 questions together. I think it's because with every book there's like a little piece of information about myself that I think is revealed that maybe I haven't thought about before. And usually it's not very like groundbreaking because I feel like all my strengths or weaknesses, for example, I already know what they are, but it's still interesting kind of to read and then to respond to prompts and see what I come up with. And for these particular books, especially with What Color Is Your Parachute Mastery, it was interesting to like reflect on my experience interviewing for FDDS, and it made me a little bit nostalgic. And out of all the books, I think I like Mastery the best because I was able to reflect on my relationship with my mentor this summer, and I really like talking about her if you haven't noticed. But Green makes some really good points that I think everyone should take away, which is like learning from others, finding common ground with somebody and similar values. And I think this is what makes these mentor-mentee relationships really strong. And I usually just store this information in the back of my mind, and I come back to it and I reflect on when I'm asked questions like during interviews. But I think how I can apply this particular round of introspection to my life is to my personal statements. The questions we're asked this summer aren't directly related to what I would be asked in a personal statement, but it does help me kind of get into that mindset, like, why do I do certain things? And for my personal statements, why do I want to get a PhD? So it does kind of get my introspection gears going. And last question, which books would you recommend to others? I would definitely recommend Mastery and What Color Is Your Parachute to their students. I think out of all the books this summer, they're the most straightforward and directly applicable to what most of us are trying to achieve, which is to become really good at something and then get paid to do it. And so I would even recommend just reading some sections of What Color Is Your Parachute, the ones that talk about interviewing, like where they mention the 5 basic questions that are asked during interviews. And I really think that practicing interviewing or like actually doing interviews helps the most, like helps you get better at them. But also keeping these questions in mind, I think, is a good step to be prepared and becoming a better interviewee. And lastly, Mastery, I think, makes a lot of good points about the mentor-mentee relationship, as I already mentioned, which I value a lot. So I think for those who are still kind of searching for that connection with a mentor, I think should kind of read Mastery and take some tips away from that. So thank you. It was a great summer blogging with you all, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.